How one decision destroyed a $5 billion empire. Imagine owning the biggest movie rental company in the world. More than 9,000 stores. Over 60 million loyal customers. Billions of dollars in annual revenue. You dominate an entire industry, and your brand is recognized around the globe. Then, just 10 years later, you're bankrupt. Today, only one Blockbuster store remains on Earth. So what happened? How did one of the most successful companies in America lose everything to a tiny startup that almost no one believed in? This is the incredible rise and devastating fall of Blockbuster. The story begins in 1985. At the time, renting movies wasn't exactly convenient. Most video rental stores were small, independently owned businesses with limited selections, poor organization, and inconsistent customer service. David Cook, a software entrepreneur from Texas, believed he could do something different. Instead of creating another small rental shop, he envisioned something much bigger. Large stores, thousands of movies, bright lighting, computerized inventory, friendly customer service. Customers could finally walk into one place and find almost any movie they wanted. The first Blockbuster opened in Dallas, Texas. It was an immediate success. Within just a few years, stores were opening across the country. Families made Friday night trips to Blockbuster a weekly tradition, walking through the aisles, reading movie cases, arguing over what to watch. It became part of American culture. By the early 1990s, Blockbuster wasn't just a business. It was becoming an icon. Growth came fast, really fast. Blockbuster expanded into thousands of locations worldwide. Its famous blue and yellow sign became impossible to miss. At its peak, the company operated more than 9,000 stores across dozens of countries. Nearly everyone knew the Blockbuster name, but the company's biggest advantage wasn't just its size. It was convenience. Before streaming, before smartphones, before high-speed internet, if you wanted to watch a movie at home, Blockbuster was usually your best option. The company generated billions in revenue every year. One of its biggest sources of profit wasn't even movie rentals. It was late fees. Millions of customers forgot to return movies on time. Those penalties added up to hundreds of millions of dollars annually. Late fees became so profitable that Blockbuster began depending on them. And without realizing it, the company had created a dangerous business model because customers hated paying them. In 1997, a small company was founded in California. Its name, Netflix. At first, Netflix didn't stream movies. Instead, it mailed DVDs directly to customers. No driving, no searching shelves, no late fees. Customers could keep movies as long as they wanted. To Blockbuster executives, the idea sounded ridiculous. Why would anyone wait for a movie to arrive in the mail? Blockbuster believed people would always prefer visiting stores. For years, that confidence seemed justified. Netflix remained tiny compared to Blockbuster. Then, everything changed. In the year 2000, Netflix was struggling financially. Its founders met with Blockbuster executives. They had a proposal: buy Netflix. For just $50 million, Blockbuster declined. Executives reportedly laughed at the idea. They believed Netflix wasn't a serious threat. Looking back, it became one of the most expensive decisions in business history. Because Netflix wasn't just building a DVD company, it was preparing for the future. While Blockbuster focused on protecting its stores, Netflix focused on changing how people watched movies. One company protected yesterday, the other built tomorrow. As internet speeds improved, streaming became possible. Netflix quickly shifted from mailing DVDs to streaming movies directly into people's homes. Suddenly, there was no reason to drive to a rental store. No late fees, no return dates, no lines. Blockbuster finally realized the threat. The company launched its own online service. It even eliminated late fees. But by then, it was too late. Years of relying on late fee revenue had hurt customer trust. Meanwhile, Netflix had already become synonymous with convenience. Store traffic declined, locations closed, debt mounted. On September 23, 2010, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy. A company once worth billions had collapsed. Today, only one Blockbuster store remains, located in Bend, Oregon, not as a thriving business, but as a reminder of what once was. Blockbuster didn't fail because people stopped loving movies. It failed because it believed its success would last forever. The company's leaders underestimated new technology, ignored changing customer behavior, and protected an old business model instead of creating a better one. Meanwhile, a small company with a completely different vision changed the world. The story of Blockbuster isn't really about movie rentals, it's about innovation. Because in business, the biggest threat isn't always your competition. Sometimes, it's believing you have nothing left to learn. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn how the world's biggest companies rose to power or lost everything, be sure to subscribe. Because the next great business story is just getting started.